Hello, welcome to Fancy Crafts. Okay, I already placed his eyes and his little toes here. And I see I got a couple more beads to add to it. Let me just do that. Whoops. If I can reach them. Give me just 1 second as this one's rolling around. Now, I'll do it this way. My friendly tape. And one more right in there. And there you have it. I just have a bunch of little goodies here that I like to use occasionally. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get started. And I'm just gonna dump some glitter down in here. And get it mixed up really good. I'm going to put just a little bit more in. I've picked blue because we have blue on his little feet of what I'm going to be using. And I think that's pretty good. It's been a little bit since I've done a video. I do apologize. My internet at home is very crappy. We're just gonna say that. So sometimes it takes a little bit for my videos to upload, and I do apologize for that. But here we go. We're just gonna get started. I am gonna just dump this right down in just so far. And then I will let it set up. And we will go from there. So there you have that. I'm just gonna spray a little bit of alcohol down in there to get the bubbles to come up. And then I will be back for the next step. And of course it's wanting to overflow into his little leg. And I don't want that to happen. So I am just gonna go ahead and wipe that right on out of there. And hopefully it won't overflow anymore. And there you have it. And then I will be back, like I said, for the next step of this, to show you what I'm gonna do next. Okay, I am back. So I had enough epoxy to do the insides of these hearts, and they are ready also to do the next step. So is the frog. So here is one butterfly. I am going to put in one, and I'm just going to kind of center it the best that I can and put it down on the star or the heart. The same with this one right here. I'm going to do just the same with it and kind of center them. And then I've already mixed up 25 grams of A, 22 grams of B in this. Go ahead and start with that. and see where we get with this. I'll go ahead and get it moved where it needs to be. And let it level out. The same with this one. And I'll just give it a minute here to do that. So there is that. I'm going to add just a little bit more to this one. I feel like it might need that. Okay, so I have the frog. I took my UV resin and I put the little beads already down in his feet so they're set up. My next step is I'm going to use the yellow green. We'll mix it up. So that's what it looks like, but I'm going to add 1 drop of blue. I'm just going to kind of make my own little color here. See what we can get with this. And I'm going to add 1 more drop of the blue, or 2 more actually. Azure Blue by Let's Resin, and the other one was Yellow Green by Let's Resin. It's making it a little darker green, actually. I'm surprised. 1, 2, 3 more of the blue. Let's see what this turns out to be like. It's like a really darker green is how it turned out. I still want it to be a little bit darker. 2, 3. Let's try that. And 1, 2, 3 more of the blue. Let's see what it looks like. So it's getting there. I think I'm going to do just a little bit more of the blue. 3 more drops. Let's see what it's, that's what it's getting. I'm still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more of the blue. And then I think we'll be good with that. So these 2 here, that's what I did with my extra resin that I had for this part here, is I used it for those molds there. I just added a little bit of the deep sky blue to it, is what I had done. Okay, I think we're getting where I want to be with this. I think I'm happy with that. So we're going to go with that. And I'm just going to dump it right in and over top of the other on the frog. Scrape what I can out of this. Lesson learned from one of my other frogs that I did and posted. If you're getting your resin through the mail, which most of you do, it is always best, especially when it's cold out, to let it sit in room temperature for a good 12 to 24 hours just to make sure that it does not need thawed out some from the cold temperatures, because it'll leave your whatever you're doing in the mold, it'll leave it cloudy. So lesson learned from that one, but I did post that video and I did explain in the video, or explain on the title of the video, of what happened. So anyways, yeah, so lesson learned with that. I'm just making sure that this butterfly is down. But there you have that. I will be back with the next step on this, and then we will just go from there, and I will coat these and this one here. So there you guys have it, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So I've mixed up 75 grams of A and 67 grams of B in this cup, and I am just going to get started. I am going to go ahead and dump a little bit here. And I have Interference Gold by Let's Resin. And I have Interference Blue by Let's Resin. So I am going to go ahead and put it in here as well. And I'm just going to mix the two together and see what we get out of this. And I'm going to dump right on top here. And the same with this one. Whoops. Put it right back in the mold. All right. And let me go ahead and scrape this out and into this one, because it's definitely going to need a little more. So let me go ahead and add just a little more. clean this up. And I'm going to set that cup aside, and I am going to do the frog. So I am going to do this is the green I have picked. It is Alita Gemstone Emerald. So that is the one I'm going to use for the frog. And I am going to bring the rest of this back over and into this. And let's see what we get out of this. Because I don't want to waste any. Okay. Clean my stick off. And let's see what we get out of that. Okay, that is what we're getting. I'm going to add a little bit of blue, the Azure Blue by Let's Resin. I just put a decent amount in there, a good squirt. This is turning out really pretty. I'm going to add just a little more green to it. And let me show you what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like. So anyways, I'm quite happy with that, I think, but I don't know. I'm going to still add just a little more blue to it, a good squirt. Ooh, that it was like perfect. I'll show you what this looks like here in a minute. There we have. I really like that. So I'm just going to go with that. And this should just about do it. So let me go ahead, scrape it in there. All right, I'm gonna set this aside, and I am just gonna go ahead and push this right up and into its feet. And do the same with all of them. All right. And I'm just fixing this little leg over here. I just want to make sure that it's not over the side of it, so I don't have as much cleanup to do. And I think that these are going to turn out rather pretty. I put some tape on the end of my brush there because it was falling off, and it seems to be helping it. Okay, so we're just going to let it go at that. I do have a bubble up in here. Let me try getting that. Trying to clean this up a little and trying to get that bubble that's backed in there. He's just not wanting to come out of there. All right, I'm gonna try squeezing his little head. Okay, I got it. I just didn't want to leave a bubble down in his head. So anyways, I'll get another baby wipe and kind of wipe my hands off and wipe my stick real good. And then we'll just be back to see how it turns out in a little while. All right, guys, there you have it. And okay, I will be back. Okay, it's ready for these to be demolded. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Frog's little feet are still a little bit tender, but that is okay. I'll just gently pull them out one at a time. See if I can get this to come out of here. Okay, so here we go. just trying to grab a hold of them. Okay, there we go. His feet are out. Now I'll work on his head. Okay, there we go. Let's see how he turned out. Ooh, look how pretty he is. There's his eyes. Of course, I have them on there wrong and did not realize that, but that's okay. Can't have perfection all the time. So there we go. There is that one, and there is that one. But I still overall think he turned out pretty good. Here is his bottom side. I still am quite happy with him. But there you have it. So there's that. And I'll go ahead and pull these out. Just gotta grab a hold of one of the edges. If I can grab a hold of one of them. Okay, there we go. I'll just work the top part and slowly flip it back over. Do the same with this one. And flip it back over. So here we go. Here is the first one. It had a little bit of it ran down in, but that's still okay. Not gonna complain about it. Ooh, look how pretty. So there's the first one. And here is the next one. Very pretty. So that's what we have. And there you guys go. You guys have a good night, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.